third map. The only way the alternate attacks can get a 2-0 going is if we see some lackluster performances from players like Crucial and Thomas. And if they can get Stefan firing up and getting that AWP in the hands of Slacks, because he's got to try and out-AWP Crucial. And you've got to think, even for alternate attacks, they can run the double AWPs on this map. They can get Scrunk and Slacks on those double AWPs to fight up against the double AWPs from Cyril and Crucial.
As Endpoint pick the CT start for winning the 9th round, I want to remind you that Malta Vibes is brought to you by Gaming Malta, our home of gaming excellence. And of course, our official betting partner is Loot Bet, who are providing the odds here on screen. Favourable to Endpoint. I mean, I understand why. Personally, I'd take it a lot closer than that for me. But of course, if you do believe that those odds are appropriate enough for you, then again, you can get involved in Malta Vibes by placing a bet on this match and all the Malta Vibes matches. Click the banner under the Twitch channel to get taken to the Loot Bet website and place your deposit down for €100 or bonus, or 10 free CSGO spins on the lotto. So, Mighty Max with the kit and smoke straight up for Robin, getting taken down by Cressy and Pop Dog. An alternate attack striking first on the defaults here.
There is so much utility coming out from alternate attacks. I've got 3 players with util, and this pistol, it's going to be an outside fake by the looks of things. Actually, no, they're actually not going to come out through T-Con, but out through Pop Dog. And this pistol round is looking exactly the same like it was on Overpass. Thick, fast, and in your face. Great headshots coming through, and this is a 3-on-5 retake for Endpoint.
Well, Crucial going for the blind knife against the player planting, but you actually planted on the floor default, not the train default, so 2-man advantage still for alternate attacks. Damage done to Skronk and Cressy, but that's not the main worry here for alternate attacks. Endpoint taking casualties. Cyril finds one trade. They're sticking the bomb. Max on the defuse. No, he goes falling back. Cyril left alone as Skronk steals the deal with the final frag and gets the pistol for alternate attacks.
I don't think I've ever seen a strike like that before. That's very unique coming out from alternate attack. So they've got 3 players up with util. They use the utility to the outer bomb site. Now, rather than committing out through T-Con, they actually rush out through Pop Dog and leave a single lurk of Mirbit to make his way as a backstab out from the B bomb site to wrap around through Connector. And it all really starts off nicely from them because they found the opening kills. They found the entries they're looking for. And for Endpoint's sake, to try and bring it back, they get a force buy.
The scouts out here for the CT side. On towards the Ivy presence here for Max. Crucial. Looking at the T-Con area in case alternate attacks want to make their way up to position. The Deagle of Thomas is what strikes first, though. Scrunk, the first man down. He slowly peeks in. The Deagle's ready for him. Slacks is also pretty heavily tagged up alongside Cressy taking damage. So the CT's doing quite the damage here.
I thought we were going to say it again, Jay. We've seen Crucial with these wall bangs out towards T-Con in the past. And, well, at least to start this round off, Thomas has got a couple of kills.
Probably going to try and deny him from here, 43 HP, so it's not an easy fight to win. Mirbit takes us back within manageable positions for alternate attacks, but still down by a player here. Presence coming in from Ivy is Stefan, so he will look to try and potentially split into the A bomb site. Got Mirbit setting up the utility here. The smoke down towards Pop Dog. The flash is over. Stefan. We've got a smoke out connector if he can get there. Slack seeing Mighty Max, but Crucial's there with the scout to take him right back. Stefan does get Crucial, so Max now left alone here. Scout in, seeing the player, looking up towards the top of the blue train, and Mirbit will punish him for his transgressions. 2v2, Deagle's out. HP is super low for alternate attacks. They can drop this bomb, and Robin can flick perfectly. It's not a headshot, but it's still an impressive kill as Endpoint responds.
Okay, well, that's a perfect response coming out from Endpoint. They lose the pistol round, they win the force by a couple of great shots coming out there from Robin. And for attacks, they now probably have to force the issue here. They didn't get a bomb plant, so there's not that option of completely saving and buying into the next. They have to force the issue. And for Endpoint, this is a way to kickstart their way back in the CT side on their own map pick of Train. We need to see them getting off to a good start. And this could be the opportunity for them. Oh, that's missed. What is that?
Really, that's not fun is what that is.
He jumped before he threw it, so I'm not sure if the jump bind was off or something, but we don't want to see that, Crucial. We want to see them hitting. And even that HE is now missed in towards the Brown Horse. What's going on, Endpoint?
Wasted utility across the entire board. Damage has been sustained by the T's. They do cross in and can get the bomb plant. Smokes down, Molotov's out, going to try and stall for a bit of time here. The T's eventually do start falling down. 5 versus 3, making it 2 as the oil train player gets picked up. The plant to be secured by Mearbit. Stefan presses forward, could find Crucial. 6 HP, so it's very, very plausible. No, Crucial there. Shoulder baits, gets his shot. Thomas gets the kill with Mearbit, so all 5 stay alive for the CT side. And the force by getting a bomb plant out will not allow much coming through for attacks in the next round. Endpoint will be able to get their second on the CT board meanwhile.
Yeah, cheers for annoying us, Robin. Like, I know you guys are trying to pick up weapons, but you don't have to keep tapping the bomb. It's just, look, a pretty good retake coming out. Yes, they allow a bomb plant. Yes, there was a little bit of missed utility coming out from Endpoint. But the fact of the matter is, Jay, they don't lose any players. Everyone stays alive. And for attacks, well, they get a bomb plant, but that's really not what they were looking for in that force buy.
Eco's got to come through for alternate attacks again, just down to the current situation of their buy. With the force up, the bomb plant will not leave itself any room for another reinvestment. So alternate attack's going to have to concede for the interim. Robin, HG can come through this time. He ups against it actually. Incendiary back towards Pop Dog. He knows that they're coming in.
Oh, hang on.
Here it comes.
There we are.
Connects him. At least, I mean, here's the thing, right? At least he actually gets it this time.
It's just unfortunate that there's no one there. But yeah, I mean, at least HE being landed. And well, the M4s, it's pretty much clean-up crew now. Not really too many upgrades coming out for the T side. And not a single point of damage has been done to Endpoint. They're hungry.
They'll take the kills when they want to. For Mighty Max. Ooh, Cressy. Get Deagle out, scout back in. Can't quite get the second kill right here. Still facing. Thomas is taking damage, but yeah, then Age should be able to finish off the job. So running out of time anyway, so no chance there with the bomb obviously being dropped. 3-1 for the start for Endpoint. Could have been a 3-0 for alternate attacks, but the force buy is going better for the CT camp, and the rebuys coming in for the Ts will now look to try and put some hurt on the first rifle round.
And you've got to think for alternate attacks, they need to get off to a good start. They can't let this momentum continue for Endpoint. And 3 rounds in a row up for the CT side. The scout out for Mighty Max. AWP out for Slacks for the T side. Very quick and aggressive out towards Ivy, not taking any time to slow down. They're going to just try and walk Ivy without really using any util. Oh, hang on.
Placed much better.
Oh,
damage
we like
done
that.
some Mearbit. There you go. That's what happens when you place the nade right and time it right as well.
Yeah.
Mearbit and Scrunk tagged up early on this one for the alternate attack side, and the CTs are going to continue pushing aggressive. Look at their presence outside and now inside Decon.
They're very aggressive, Endpoint, and for alternate attacks, you can kind of understand that they'll be ready for it. And Stefan, that's a great opening kill. Do they check this position to Robin? You'd expect they do. And, well, Robin, unfortunately, playing anti-flash, and, well, they check the angle. 5-on-3 advantage now for alternate attacks. They could just run out to this A bomb site. They are actually going to gamble stack and bring Surreal over to A. This needs to be an incredible hold for Endpoint.
M4 picked up for Mighty Max, training out for his scout that was on him a little bit earlier. Seeing the utility coming out from T-Con, Molotovs and everything. Gonna still sit and wait towards Olof. Skronk will check. He sees the man. Trying to jump face with the AK. That's not going to work for you, my friend. Mighty Max will take the face and actually drop that bomb. Orb can respond to it. 4 versus 2. Orb on site for Crucial. Trying to hold up against Stefan. Knows that he's somewhere in the midst of that smoke, but so he sprays through. Cressy will get Surreal. And that will be 4 players alive for alternate attacks. So their damage doing a little bit early on for Endpoint, but the kills coming through from alternate attacks going to do them one better.
And maybe they might kind of take a little bit of a moment to think about, right, if we want to do the aggression out towards T-Con again, what do we need to do? Do we need to get Robin aggressive and then backed up from Crucial with the AWP out to Olaf or something like that? What do we need to change up to make sure that Robin just does not get overwhelmed and just an easy kill goes the way of the T side? Well, they're running the double orbs pretty much straight away onto Mighty Max and Crucial. It does mean that Thomas is going to be on a UMP, but they don't care because it's the double orbs.
You know, they had a AWP scout in the last round. This time they're going to have the big green guns out for both Max and Crucial. And it's going to have its impact early on. Skrunk on 2 HP. If Max had a HE, that would have been a nice way to open things up with the kill. But other than that, it's very slow and calculated again from alternate attacks, being very careful about when they push forward.
Good tag coming out onto Skrunk. He's so damn low. And for Endpoint, they are actually stacking 2 players up outside, or to the B bomb site, I should say. At the moment, damage going both ways. I tell you what, Robin has been able to line up this HE so many times, and well, it works out this time around. Skrunk being so low, the nade's going to be able to finish him off. That's the man advantage they're looking for.
And Crucial doubles up that man advantage. Surreal gets himself 2 picks on for the third jump facing. Will throw his spray off, but Crucial's there to get his 2K. Drop that bomb, drop the round for alternate attacks. Endpoint now 4-2 up right now on the CT board. Rebuy is possible for alternate attacks if ill-advised. The T is currently having a lopsided economy base, so maybe a half buy. No, Stefan and Slacks and maybe are going to force the investment. So they're going to go all in on this round, try to see if they can shut down Endpoint and get more out of it if they are successful.
And you can certainly see that this T side is having some rough affairs at the moment. Alternate attacks, again, similar kind of standing point to Endpoint, a team that really doesn't find too much success on the T side of train. So for both teams, I think they'll be looking for at least 6 rounds on T. And you've got to think, you know, forcing the issue going into round 7, this could be another great round from Endpoint. This time around, though, Surreal's actually alone as a B anchor. He does not have a quick rotator to come out, and even could get overwhelmed here, Jay.
But he doesn't. Surreal makes it 3 kills, and Crucial gets himself a kill back on Mirbit. His alternate attack stack in, gets shut down. Skrunk dealt with by Robin. A beautiful play from Surreal to just transfer his spray between all those players, and he could have gotten overwhelmed, but didn't end up doing so here. So credit to him and credit to you if you want to go to Hellcase. Malta V and Malta V15 are your codes for extra money and your 15% refill bonus, again, through our case partners in Hellcase. Not on attacks. Now out to the eco here for round A.
Endpoint. Let's see how far they can stretch this lead. Alternate attacks looking at round number 8, and I don't expect they'll be able to find too much. I mean, there's certain maps, Jay, that especially on rounds where you've only got a few upgrades, you can almost guarantee a bomb plant. Train is not one of them. It's very difficult to get a bomb plant in terms of ecos without any kind of utility. Normally the B bomb site is where it's hit the most. Now going into round number 8, this should be pretty easy cleanup. If they're able to get 1 or 2 kills, they can be happy, but that's pretty much all they're going to get.
Skrunk picking out early on here for all that attacks, but again, this eco should go relatively well for Endpoint. Not expecting anything less here. Thomas flashed around the corner, and well, Slack's got behind him, but he doesn't end up going down. Robin, there's 2 picks out here. USP gets down Cressy. Maybe it will get the trade frag, but Mighty Max is not going to let him last too much longer here. So 6-2. Endpoint still maintaining control here on CT's side. But again, with the eco coming through, not too far out of the ordinary here. The buy-up coming through from alternate attacks will be the real challenge.
It really will. And this could be a good opportunity for the Germans to kind of cement themselves into this T side, allow some momentum to come forward, try and take the double orbs out of play, because honestly, I would say for most of these rounds going forward into the first half, Jay, where they're going to find the most success for Endpoint is off the back of Mighty Max and Crucial.
Oh, run boost in for the T side, but the 2 orbs here towards Ivy, and you talk about them having the most impact, and well, not necessarily impact in terms of the numbers here for Mighty Max, but he is playing great bait for Crucial to get these frags. Now looking on towards the T-con area for the Dutchman. It's just that opening kill with damage done to Mirby. The AWP gets recovered by Skrunk and rotates back out to the T-con position. Alternate attacks again. Getting aggressive towards Ivy, but their defaults seem to be the same old thing of just passive control and then eventually setting up the execution. The flashes go over as they go early into the A bomb site. With Crucial still here, Thomas tagged to 60 points of health. They make their way in out the E-box area. The AWP shot missing there from Crucial. The Incendiary should throw them back a little bit as he continues to burn back and the Molotovs coming through. Cressy blind sprays. Thomas going away. Look for Stefan here. He'll get Cressy over at the E-box. Knows there's a player on site that got the bomb plant successful. And a 4v3 retake ensues. Good kill from Max. Good kill from Thomas. Leaving Mirbit alone towards Pop Dog 1 versus 4. This will be a difficult round to fend off here. He does get his first kill. Sees that bomb, sees there's no CTs on it, but they also know where he is. Repositions against Thomas, looks for Robin, turns around, but does not get the frag on Mighty Max. And a beautiful retake comes through, if a little bit scrappy from Endpoint.
A little bit. That was actually a really nice attempt coming out there from Murbid, but unfortunately just not quite enough to capitalize on that last kill of Mighty Max. Now, certainly if alternate attacks were doing their homework on this map, which honestly I don't think they really have been able to catch an eye on it just yet, is Endpoint are one of the only teams, at least that I've seen, that have played the double AWP towards Ivy presence. A lot of the time you see Mighty Max AWPing Ivy and you see Crucial Ivy AWPing towards back green, and whenever Mighty Max is in trouble, that's when the AWP will swing from Crucial. And we at least saw in that last round the alternate attacks were not ready for that setup, and it's a staple point for Endpoint. It's a very common setup of where they hold these AWPs. Yes, they change it up here and there, but alternate attacks were not ready for that play.
Double orbs coming through once again for the CT side. It's been so effective, so why change it? Alternate attacks, but unable to take it out of their hands either. They've got the AKs out for this round. No orbs for them, and it's Cressy that opens things up. Thomas there with 2 picks on Cressy, and Stefan not quite the triple against Slacks. But he's very, very low. The AWP and Mighty Max can respond to it. 3 versus 2. Robin so close at Pop Dog towards one of the T-side players, and Mirbit's going to see him first as the smoke clears. He gets the kill back to 2 versus 2. Bit of aggression coming in from Skrunk, could basically seal the deal on an A-site hit. Are Endpoint having second guesses about this bomb site?
I'm not really sure if they know what's going on here, especially with the fact that Cyril's actually pushed aggressively. He can now wrap around in T-con, and if alternate attacks take their time, this could be the perfect repositioning to come out. And Mighty Max, all he needs to do is hide in connector. All he needs to do is not peek and allow this flank to come out.
Forces Mirbit, takes him down, can't find the bomb plant, but he will swing out on the plant, take him out very quickly, and the retake again going so well for Endpoint. Credit to alternate attacks for getting a lot of these bomb plants out, keeping their money bolstered, but Endpoint right now are running away with their map pick. 8-2 on CT side. And ideally, alternate attacks need to get some rounds on the board here, more than 2, ideally, again. Have a decent chance here onto their CT side to get a few extra rounds on the buffer. Another buy will come through with that bomb plant bonus, so AK's back in limited utility sets, no AWP, and I feel like the loss of that sniper is going to hurt them a bit.
It certainly might. Alternate attacks really not finding too much success at all going into this T-sided train. And you've got to think, where's the change-up? We have not really seen any B-site executions. A lot of the time it's been Cyril playing a load as an anchor and then maybe a quick rotator coming out from Crucial with that AWP out through connector. But for the most part, Endpoint normally just play a single player as an anchor at that B bomb side. And for alternate attacks, it's almost like we're seeing the same thing over and over again, just the A defaults and then execution.
A minute to go to the clock. Again, the CT is contesting against alternate attacks, so they're constantly just held back into the standard sort of T-side passive positions. Brings some utility out. The M4 is known to the T-side forces. Thomas better reposition as Mighty Max gets a kill. Thomas does swing and get a secondary frag. Slacks and Mirbit trying back to 3-on-3. The AWP still here at E-box. Drops that bomb. Sees the utility coming out. The smoke in. Cressy comes around the back of the red train. Deals with Mighty Max. So The bomb can get picked up and planted. 30 seconds to do so here. Someone's got to make their way back over. Hang on, Cressy's alone. When did his teammate go down? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I didn't
Either
see
way, Crucial will get Cressy as he crosses through, and that'll be a 9th round for Endpoint.
I'm actually not sure what happened there. I didn't actually notice it either, that his teammate went down in the 2-on-2. But again, alternate attacks, they won pistol. They won the 5th round of the half. And outside of that, it's just been all Endpoint, 9-2 up. Now, we keep talking about, you know, 6 rounds on T at minimum. Well, they can only get 6 rounds at the most.
A very unlikely chance they'll get that as well. They're on a half buy.
For sure.
Down to 1.5k for the max loss bonus investment. The nades up. Oh, that's definitely Cressy. I'm going to like that. Mighty Max will, though. Easy kills. Easy pickings for the AWP. Tech 9 is moving close. The real drops in. Yeah, 5 versus 3. Making it 2. Nice flicks from Max. His pop dog player as well. At least I thought he did. The spawn looks a bit too thick for it, but either way, he burns the lights of Robin. So Scrunk left alone. Does drop that orb. Not much more than that. Thomas receives the frag. Grabs the AWP as well, so it stays in play. We should give enough money for Endpoint to buy for the rest of the half from here. And now 5 rounds are the best that they can find on the T side. And Endpoint, well, I mean, I guess trade ain't so patchy for them anymore.
It certainly doesn't look like in this map, at least in the grand final, they've really picked up their game on the CT side. They're looking very comfortable. And one thing that I've noticed from Endpoint in the past is sometimes when they've got a bit of a streak going, they can sometimes act a little cocky and a little bit over aggressive. But at least so far, things have looked very good on the CT side. And even Mighty Max finding that opening kill. Alternate attacks, I can't even remember the last time they found an opening kill.
Yeah, it's not been great for the T side. I've got a bit of map control out here. Thomas saw the player top of the green train, bursts in, takes out 1 and 2, burns alive for it, but 3-for-1 trades favorable to the CT side. Slack's chiming in with 1 good kill, but he's responded to, so it's all left to him. Bomb out in the open, 1-on-3 for the man. Not looking at the Mighty Max at the right time. That jump face around will force the AWP to fire. We'll get the info out, so you can see Max is going to set up his backstab back over at T-Con and Ivy. He's scoped in. He knows that Slacks is making his way out here. He suspects it. Hearing those footsteps, back's turn. USP instead looks for the kill. Not even the dignity of going out to the AWP. A pistol takes him down. 3 kills for Max and 11 rounds for Endpoint.
And, well, this is looking pretty one-sided, to say the least, Jay. And it's certainly in the back of Endpoint's mind. I don't think it will play a massive amount, but the fact of, you know, we could have been on for a 2-0, boys. The fact that they get 14 rounds on overpass, and, well, they go into train, and you look at this scoreline, it has not been competitive at all. Yes, we still have got the second half. There is that point to make, but when you just look at the performance that we've seen from the Germans so far, you really don't see them being able to pull any kind of a comeback going forward. Mighty Max, he's going to be pressured a little bit towards Ivy. Let's see if he's able to hold on with this AWP. Ooh, close.
Well, fast flicks don't always connect. I mean, the T's can get faster run boosts out, kind of evade most of the position. See Surreal out here against me a bit. Crucial going to be the man to get that kill. I honestly thought that was a around the corner thrown off headshot, but fortunately we're not that insane right now in this matchup. And 2 picks for Crucial on the AWP, 5-on-3 on attacks a spread, and you know, it's not surprising this round of getting picked apart. They're going to feed him 1 more frag, shoulder bait. He does prematurely fire, but refaces and gets the kill anyway, so Slacks' efforts have gone to waste. As it seems, Stefan's will here, another shoulder bait shot. Actually, legitimately peeks and misses this time, but Crucial peeks it and responds anyway. This guy's been popping off in this series, and yeah, they are anti-eco kills, but to get that many refaces on the AWP, be unpunished for it, brilliant stuff from him for the Endpoint side.
Now, any decent player would tell a new up-and-coming, or, you know, maybe not up-and-coming player, but a new player to CSGO, if you have got an AWP and a player sees you, never repeat the angle because you're probably going to die. But Crucial's like, nah, I've got this. Trust me, I've got this. And, well, he just kept repeating and kept firing. 12-2. My goodness. This is catastrophic, to say the least, for the Germans. They, at least, Jay, probably need to win the pistol round going into the second half, I would say.
Probably? I mean, It's a necessity for me, to be honest. Like, it's just... Ideally, again, 12-3. Regardless of what the scoreline is, though, like, Pistol's got to be a victory, and they've got to be able to hold on from that. And with the randomness of Pistol rounds, despite it being a CT-sided map, you know, Pistols are relatively, you know, down to the wire and random, coming up to a couple of key factors that, you know, may or may not be shifted in your favors. Oh, look at the AWP crossfire here. 2 picks found, trying to make it 3 against Slacks. You know, he's there. He goes down, and well, this time Max and Crucial are getting involved with each other's frags. And maybe and Cressy, last 2 players there. Bomb's in dropped the CT favor, so even if they do find the B bomb site, like maybe it's just found, even if they do find a flank in, which maybe it might find, it still should end up being a round that can be traded so easily by the CTs on the frags. Maybe it taking damage. Robin takes him down. Thomas swings it on Cressy. And there you go, 13-2 for our second map of the series. Endpoint making good work on their pick.
Now, one thing I want to touch on, like, obviously it's 2 very different scorelines, but we had Stefan at, what, 32 kills at the end of map 1? He's currently on 3, Jay. What a difference that is.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas in the middle of summer, in the middle of July.
Christmas in July, why not?
I mean, it would be Merry Christmas if someone places a bet down and they somehow manage the comeback, which you could do if you believe in alternate attacks by going and clicking on the banner under the Twitch channel. €100 deposit for €100 bonus for your deposit. And 10 free CSGO spins if you so desire to place that bet. Alternate attacks are on the CT side, and again, the main thing working against them is the deficit. 11 rounds to make up, to come back to equals against Endpoint. That's assuming the T side don't get anything out of this half. And Endpoint's T side has been, again, very suspect at times. Well, it was the B bomb site, though, and it's passive control from alternate attacks. The bomb plant can be secured. It will be a retake coming in for the CT side.
Oh, Surreal was so pressed up forward, so aggressive on the T side. And you've got to think, when does the opening kill go through? Which way does it go between the T and the CT side? Around the corner, Slacks is actually going to be able to find the opener. And now the Glocks could get overwhelmed here as the man advantage goes the way of the Germans.
2 versus 3, 1 versus 3. Mighty Max on a backstab. They can sit the defuse. No way you can deny this. No, actually, it's out in the open. Potentially tap through. Not going to catch Strunk. He's doing damage. Oh, he can't get him down far enough. 8 points of health, and Strunk steals it away. Alternate attacks knew exactly how to deal with this round, and that's how it's going to work.
Comeback? Question mark?
Possibly.
What are we thoughts? What are the thoughts, Jay?
Like I said, man, both teams have CT-sided, you know? Both teams have very heavy CT sides. We've seen Endpoint get absolutely decimated on the T side. I think we saw it a little bit earlier on today. And still make the comeback happen. But maybe alternate attacks can do the exact same thing. Again, eerily similar from a stats perspective on how these teams play this map out. The M4s, the Scouts, the SMGs. And the eco coming through for Endpoint as they look to the true rifle round in round 18.
And considering they've got a bomb plant, there's a couple of upgrades of Deagles. You know, you get $800 as an extra bonus to the bomb plant. So spending $700 for a Deagle kind of means that you're going to buy into the next round as if you didn't have a bomb plant. But at least having the Deagles as an upgrade, you can do some damage over to the CT side. You can limit their economy. It even allows you a better chance of getting yet another bomb plant since the upgrades have come through. Look at the deep Ivy presence from Crucial. I don't know if Scrunk knows about this. Well, he does. Okay.
Able to deal with it pretty quickly. The second player of Mighty Max is out there with the bomb. So as he goes down, it'll be a 5 versus 3, 2, 1, and none. Countdown to oblivion here for alternate attacks. And count up to the comeback. Endpoint going to try and put a stop to that here on the buy up. So again, eco with bomb plant, as you mentioned. Should be a simple set of AKs, potentially an AWP for Crucial. Again, seeing him on that AWP would be quite a statement to make here for Endpoint. Seeing him pop off with that weapon in the CT side. They can't afford it here early on.
Not quite yet. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out in the playing field. And you've got to think, look how quick this is for the Endpoint, that they might even try and see if they can establish some early Brown Halls control. And honestly, for Endpoint, they can kind of play the mind games at this point. They can kind of, you know, sell a little bit of a fake at the moment, because the pressure's certainly on the back of the alternate attack side. The fact that they're a map up in the series, they're down 4-13. As soon as they make a mistake in the gun round, you can pretty much call it GG and give it over to Endpoint, because there really just isn't those rounds to work with. Looking at the setup at the moment, just got a late lurk out from Ivy of Crucial, setting themselves up for the Brown Halls take. This could just be a pop into the B bomb site.
Most likely Mirbit, SMG, Scout on him back. Crucial gets Scrunk, kicks things off on the right.
They don't know they've crossed. They don't know they're out.
They're out of there. Mirbit does get Robin into a 4 versus 4. The AK sprays through towards the back line, and suddenly Mirbit is siphoned off from any CT support. Grabs an AK, but has no idea Thomas is hunting him, and Thomas takes him down. 4 versus 2. Stefan and Cressy. Peeking from Stefan does find Surreal, but Crucial takes Cressy on the A bomb site, so it's all left to Stefan for a 1 versus 3 clutch. Being crept in from the back, takes out one. Thomas gets the kill, gets the round for Endpoint. 14-4, alternate attacks, now at DEFCON 1 here.
And honestly, the timing on that could not have got any better. So Scrunk was playing with the MP9 around that spool position, looking to ramp, but as he checked heaven, the T's actually walked out from ramp, and the Scout fell down from the connector position, and no one had any idea that the T's had already walked up Speedway. And for alternate attacks, they're like, hang on, like, how did I just get killed there? What? They would just have had no idea of how that happened. And this is what I'm talking about, Jay. As soon as you give up a gun round, you let a mistake go. It's 14 rounds for Endpoint. No kits, very little utility up for the CT side.
This reinvestment for the CTs has got to work. I know we've been saying that a lot over the course of this series, but it really feels like it for this one. 2 rounds away for Endpoint, and those 2 rounds could come in a rifle and then a full spy with pistols. Oh, look at Thomas close against Stefan, but unable to connect the frag. No, he's there now. Will the CT aggress? It doesn't look like he will. Alternate attack is going to play carefully around Endpoint and what they're going to do. Wrap out towards T-Con and potentially go for the execute towards the ace site. Now, flashbang baits in information, but not much of it.
Surreal's just going to see if he can deal with Stefan, see if he can kind of choke him into this pop dog angle. Quite low on the clock, the execution coming through from Endpoint, and the best thing they can do, see if they can limit Stefan from helping the teammates on the side.
He's up, Crucial and Thomas low. M4 spray drops that bomb. Stefan can follow suit on Surreal as he goes falling. Thomas still alive and kicking, as is Crucial. Manic spray from Scrunk. Ooh, does catch Thomas at the end of the smoke as Slacks goes down. Bomb's been dropped. 1 versus 4 for Mighty Max now. He scopes in, takes out one towards Pop Dog. Scrunk will get the trade, and alternate attacks will stay alive.
Okay, good round coming out from the attack side. Some really nice damage at least being found. Yeah, we saw a couple of kills come through the smoke, but the damage is all important, and it kind of makes it a little bit hectic for Endpoint that they're trying to aggress, trying to see if they can push through those smokes. And will alternate attacks come out on top? 5 rounds, 9 as a deficit. And just a half-bar investment coming out from Endpoint. A couple of upgraded pistols, a little bit of armor and a bit of utility to start the round off, but not a lot to work with.
Ooh, was that the wallbang? Yeah, it was. Stefan's right there. Tap up to the heads, 1 body shot connecting towards Thomas, and unfortunate set of circumstances, but alas. Yeah, this half by sort of eco. Bit of a heavy investment from Thomas, so the fact that he's gone down first is just worse for Endpoint, but Tech9s make their way out. Deagle's on. Crucial gets 1 kill. Mighty Max goes falling a trade. Mirbit has control in the back of Summit spot. Bomb plant for Robin. Incendiary. Oh, just sneak the bomb plant in.
Nice.
And they will secure a 6 for alternate attacks, but again, that bonus money is going to be everything for Endpoint here on the reinvestment. Again, just need to get that good round together to shut down alternate attacks and go past the finish line.
And probably get that AWP out for Crucial, and yeah, there it is. Rebuys it himself, and well, that bomb plant just came down into the nick of time. Endpoint, what's the go here? Now, a lot of the time on the T side, when you find, or at least from what I've seen, when Endpoint aren't winning rounds, what they really like to do is get someone like Thomas or Surreal in towards that sandwich position or olive position, try and fly them out to just keep the CTs uncomfortable. And for Mighty Max, this is a dry run, really so quick out to the bomb side. The utility is going to follow, but this is one of the quickest site executions we've seen from them yet.
They're trying to make this work as quick as they can. They've done damage. Slacks will end up falling to Surreal. They're going to fall back passive. Potentially, you can see the bomb plant here. Cressy boosted up to the ticket booth, and Robin deals with the man. M4 still here. Drops that bomb. Looks for Surreal. He's done damage to one player back at PopDog. Thomas is also there on site. He will be able to get the trade frag, but Stefan is there to respond. 3 versus 2. Alternate attacks. Doing everything they can to hold on for dear life. PopDog presence from Mirbit. He's heard by Mighty Max. Swings in. Still gets that kill. Stefan close here to the bomb site, and he goes dropping next. Mirbit thinks it might be B, so he's rotated back where the plant comes through towards A. It's a full-blown retake, and with such a little amount of health to work with, I don't think he can do it.
And especially if Surreal's starting to push in aggressively. Oh, okay. Now, would Merba go in the long way around? That probably won't get heard. Let's have a look at the footsteps queue. Are they expecting the wraparound? It doesn't look like anyone's actually watching this angle.
They're going to hear it now, though.
Oh, yeah, they got it now.
Going to hear it.
Yeah.
Right around this corner towards Ivy. AWP gets recovered. He sees the man, and the AWP no-scope comes out from the Endpoint AWPer. Map point for Endpoint. 9 of them to try and beat alternate attacks and take us to a third of Inferno, which honestly may well be a big positive for Endpoint. Double AWPs coming out for alternate attacks for the first time here because, well, at this point, you're forcing all the way home.
Yeah, why not? Let's just see what they can do. And for alternate attacks, unfortunately, they've just never really got going on train. Endpoint put so many rounds up in that first half. And, well, there is a bit of aggression coming out towards the B halls, and it's Merbit to see if he can find an opener. Now, if he goes down, that bomb site's open.
And indeed it is. First casualty to stay in. Slacks are going to try get his way into position and try and see if he can hold off the T side for a bit. Stefan going to make his way out, and they're going to go back towards A instead. Stefan out of PopDog gets Mighty Max, and Endpoint were considering going back through PopDog to control. Are they really considering an A play? They could have walked straight into the B bomb site, but they're going to go back to A.
They were certainly looking like they were going to hit B, and then kind of took a bit of a hold to fake the rotation back to A. And then as soon as Stefan finds that kill onto Mighty Max, then it kind of gets a little bit hairy, and Endpoint are kind of, I wouldn't say baffled, but they have to slow it down and really think about what they want to try and achieve here. Back into the A bomb site they go. Footsteps being heard now.
Flashes over. Here they come. Robin. Straight forward. M4 of Cressy sees the man crossing. He does not take a shot. He does not try and take a kill. Stefan instead pops out a PopDog. Gets one before Surreal finds a trade. Cressy still here towards Old Hell. The AWP hasn't spotted him just yet. Cressy now moves forward towards Old Hell. 18 seconds to the clock. Crucial, keeping his eyes on AWP to scope in for Skrunk. He doesn't try and take the frag back, so they get away with a bomb plant, and Skrunk goes down. 3 on 2, making it 1. It looks like it's all over unless Slacks does something absolutely beautiful, and he just can't get the second kill. Crucial drops him 16-6. Endpoint are taking us back off to our third map, Inferno.